What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Rooster Retro Show. My name is Roo, and you are watching a rare channel update. I usually never do these kind of things, but now is the time to do something like this. I'd like to give an update on the channel, what's going on here in the future, as well as what is going on right now with YouTube, which is something that is very scary, actually, very pretty intimidating right now. I'm a small channel. I'm not a big channel, and I don't monetize. I don't have any ad revenue turned on, so I don't know if that has anything to do with my channel specifically. But the changes that have come out, that are rolling out in January, that have already started to roll out now for creators when we upload videos, has already gone into effect a little bit. So we're going to talk about that today. I wanted to kind of do just a one-on-one here with the few viewers that I do have. All of you I do appreciate, and I want to keep doing this. I honestly do. So I feel that some kind of information or closure be given here on what's going to happen, at least on my channel. All right, so I'll get into that now. All right, so I have a few notes over here that I'm looking at, and I'm going to try to go through these kind of the best I can. I'm going to start with the overview here. The overview is essentially what we're talking about today is YouTube and this COPPA thing. Child Online Protection Privacy Act, Privacy Protection Act, something like that, to which YouTube had to pay up about $170 million because they fucked up. And yeah, I'm going to curse in this video because I'm going to make damn sure that YouTube knows that this video is not for kids, that my videos are not intended for kids, essentially, even though the matter of the videos, I'm going to get into that later. I'm getting ahead of myself, and this is a common trend with me, as you know. But yeah, I was talking about what is COPPA. Okay, so essentially what happened was that YouTube was collecting marketing data, I'm paraphrasing here, from underage users of their platform, which they cannot do. They are not supposed to do that, and they were slapped with a pretty reasonable fine. Now, in the spectrum of the company, $170 million probably doesn't mean jack fuck to them. So, whatever. They took their licks. They did what they had to do, and they paid up their shit. So now they're turning it around, though, on the creators, which is just despicable, lowest form of anything that they can do to turn this on creators and making this our problem now. Okay, so what it's an injustice to me. I think it is. So it's just some of the bigger creators out there that focus on videos about toys or videos about video games, anything like that that can be construed to be a kid's thing is now, in YouTube's eyes, become completely just, they're going to err on the side of caution now, and they're going to require all of us creators to mark our videos either for kids or not for kids. That is their solution to this problem that they themselves have created entirely within their own structure. They have done this to themselves. They collected, and part of COPPA, and I'm not actually against COPPA here. I think it's a great, it's not a great thing. It's an old law. It needs to be reworked, but it is important for the safety of our kids, to make sure that predators don't have the ability to go on websites to prey on kids. So essentially what it is supposed to be is a good thing, and I don't have a problem with that, but it is an outdated law that needs to 100% be reworked. It needs to be reorganized. And what YouTube has done here, in lieu of their own chicanery here, also needs to be changed, because putting this on us creators is not good, and it is not going to fare well for your platform, YouTube. This is going to be, if this does not change before it rolls out, or you're gonna see some serious repercussions. And not only you're going to lose viewership, you're going to lose partnered channels probably. There's a lot on the table here. So let's get into the next part. Part 2 here is going to be about the future of RoosterRetro. I just wanted to talk about what's going on here, specifically pertaining to this channel, with all this bullshit going on. I think I'm gonna go on hiatus for a little bit. I'm gonna let this stew. I'm not gonna upload any more. I might finish out my live streams because I don't think those are targeted as much. But I was planning on starting Earthbound. I wanted to get Earthbound going, and then I was gonna do Final Fantasy 1 and probably another Metroid game. I wasn't sure, but I think it was going to be AM2R, that awesome remake game. But when I think about it now, and I'm talking about a game like Earthbound specifically, which has kids in it, and it looks like a kid's game, and it is really not, considering that it is a 20-year-old game at this point. It's a retro game. I'm a retro channel, and we adhere to kids of my age, if that makes any sense. Okay, I'm 35 years old. I'm 35 years old. In January, I'll be 35. And guess what? I have a kid, too, who in January will be 13. Will be of the age that, that YouTube apparently is trying to, if you're not collect data from, I guess. I'll get into that in the next part, actually. So, where Rooster Retro channel, as this channel stands right now, like I said, I think a hiatus is in order. We're just going to take a break for a moment. I'm not going to delete any videos. I have gone through and I've marked all my videos as not for kids, because my targeting audience is not for kids. It's for people like me with nostalgia for the video games that we play. And if kids want to watch it, that's fine. I'm not even singling out kids that kids should watch it. My content has swearing in it. We even have a show called Profanity Warning with my buddy Harvey. So, it's not like this is, we're not, it's really hard to explain this in the very broad way that YouTube has given us the ability to do so. To say that my videos, I've changed my banner. I don't know if you're watching this on the updated little video thing. I'm going to put this as the featured video. But yeah, my banner I changed, and I put a little ESRB kind of thing sticker, just to let you know that, hey, my channel has swearing in it. It's got implied violence in it because of the video games. And we talk about sexual references, like, all the time. So, I don't let my own kid watch my channel, to be honest with you. That's just not, we've never, she knows what I do, and she is fine with playing. She's not really even into old school video games. Kids these days aren't, as well as the FTC might think, or YouTube might think, kids really aren't into retro games. I've fucking tried. Maybe some kids are. I do have some of my fellow parents out there that have gotten their kids into the good old school retroness. And I have too. My kid plays Kirby games and Zelda and Mario and all the good classics that I grew up with, of course. But the games that I focus on aren't really, they don't hold my kids' attention as well as something like, I'm going to say Roblox. And even though that's, or Minecraft. Minecraft's another good one. Minecraft I play all the time. I still play Minecraft. And whether it's a kid's game or not, or Roblox is even in the same thing, all ages can enjoy it. And that is something that, now we're going to break into the next part here. Part 3, the failure of YouTube. Where they are just blind to seeing whatever other options. If this is the option that they have put forth for us creators to mark our videos for kids or not for kids, and then the FTC has the option to come in and just say, no, you were wrong, based on your thumbnail or the way you present your video, or you don't swear or anything like that. This is actually made for kids. This is actually targeted for kids, and they can fucking fine you. They can fine you for that. And that's absolutely ridiculous. On all levels. On absolutely all levels. This is a failure of YouTube entirely, in my eyes. Creators do not have access to whatever marketing specs YouTube is presenting out to their advertisers. We don't have access to that. We don't know what does, and I don't even monetize. Now, I have been copyright claimed on a couple of videos, and that's because I think most of them were Chrono Trigger videos, because the music, the Black Omen song, I know that one for sure, got pegged by one of the probably copyright trolls or anything like that. So, okay, so what does that mean for that video? Does that mean that that video specifically now has advertisements on it? Okay, where all my other ones really don't, because I don't monetize. I'm a small channel. I can't get to that point yet. And at this point, even if I did, would I want to? No. I would start, if anything this channel is going to do in the future is maybe add a Patreon or something like that. But I'm not even at that stage yet. I'm more concerned. I'm not even really entirely too concerned for my channel alone. Like I said, I'm a little guy, and the few of you that are actually watching this, I do appreciate that, as I said, but it's just, it's bigger channels that I'm worried about. It's some of my favorite Let's Play channels, to be honest with you. Like Nintendo Capri Sun, great stuff. HC Bailey, awesome. Usually they don't swear very much. Nintendo guy does a little bit. Presentation wise, it's more or less presented to be for all ages stuff. Does that mean now, in YouTube's current form of whatever it is taking, does that mean that all ages is now for kids? That's essentially what's kind of been going down here, and that is entirely just wrong. It's wrong. All ages means like the ESERB rating, the E rating means E for everyone. Okay, and they even have a rating that says KA, or they used to, or it was K or something, kids and adults. Okay, or just for kids, or educational. Back in the Nintendo days, we had the educational series on the black box games. These are options that YouTube hasn't even fucking discussed, and for what I've been researching online and seeing about any of this stuff. I think that they really should restructure this one-click thing made for kids and not for kids, because that is so broad. Oh, and then speaking of broad terms, let's go into some of the terminology here. I'm gonna pull this up here on my screen, where the what describes your what determining if your content is made for kids, essentially, and it is so broad. As you can see, I'm gonna pop this up on the screen. The subject matter of the video, is it educational content for preschoolers? Okay, so obviously, okay, I'm gonna do a checklist here of things that my channel doesn't fall into. So that's one my channel doesn't do. All right, well, I'll keep track of the ones that we do. Whether children are your intended actual audience for the video. Okay, no, they're not my intended audience, but kids can watch retro games. I wouldn't recommend them watch our channel per se, because we do swear a bit in kind of in the realm of Game Grumps. Another channel that I'm a little bit worried about, because they play games, they play Mario and Pokemon, and they swear like fucking sailors in it. So who's to make the determination there? Who makes the determination whether this video is for kids? And then how hypocritical would it be for a video to be marked for kids, and then you lose all your comments, you lose your notifications? Oh yeah, you lose all kinds of shit. You lose well, you can find a whole bunch of other videos we're gonna talk about what you would lose in that. But imagine if that happened and a Game Grumps video got marked as for kids, because it looked that way, and then come to find out it's full of swearing, so they get fined. Is that fair? Is that fair at all? No. The answer is no, obviously. And yeah, that's just ridiculous. Just a couple examples that I wanted to give, because there's just some things, not trying to throw those channels under the bus, but I am genuinely worried about some of my favorite channels that I watch, and even the like I said, some of the littler guys or the lesser known Let's Players that I really like. What's going to happen to us, essentially, is kind of my worry here. So let's continue through this. Whether the video includes child actors or models, no, that my channel doesn't do that. Whether the video includes characters, celebrities, or toys that appeal to children, including animated characters or cartoon figures. Okay, yeah, that one does fall under my channel. We've got Mario, we've got Link, Samus, Yoshi, DuckTales. We played some DuckTales on the profanity warning show, and I think the only reason that we might be okay on that is because we marked those. The show is called Profanity Warning, so maybe that will appeal to the sensibilities of the fucking godforsaken FCC. Whether the language of the video is intended for children to understand. Do kids understand English in America? 9 out of 10 probably. Yes, they do. Maybe more than that. Understand English. So that is broad and makes no sense whatsoever. Whether the language of... So I guess one can make the argument that kids' TV shows, they talk a little slower, and they like to let you know about the alphabet and counting your numbers. Okay, so if that is what's considered talking to a childlike audience, okay, then I can see that. And most YouTubers that are speaking to adults, or like I'm doing right now, that's not speaking to kids. So we're out of that one. Good to go. Whether the video includes activities that appeal to children, such as play acting, simple songs, or games, or early education. I think this is the one kind of where it falls into the animators realm, where some of those animation channels that they're wildly popular are at risk to lose their monetization, or at least a whole lot of it, because they're taking like 90% of that shit. As well as all your comments and everything else that I listed before, and no notifications, and you're not ever gonna see it on your feed unless you go to these channels and you go and watch these videos. And it's not like you can do anything there anyway. If you enjoy the content, you want to let the creator know that by typing a comment or leaving a thumbs up. Well, you can't do that either. It's essentially just become an archive for you to dump videos. And if that's what YouTube wants to become, then I would seriously consider switching services or just buying a server myself or just hosting videos on my own website. You know, if that's what they want to do, then pretty much cram it up your ass. That's not what creators are on YouTube for. We want to engage, we want to interact, and we want to make video. A lot of these videos we make for ourselves. I make these for myself. I just like playing video games, and I really like editing. I think editing is a lot of fun, and it's something that I do quite often, and I want to keep doing more of it. But video games has always been my passion. Now I do have other YouTube channels. I've got oh god, can I let me see if I can do this right. You know, I've got Boozer TV, and then I've got Roo's Poops, and then do I have it? I've got some other older ones, but yeah, and then I've got my regular channel, RoosterRetro, obviously. So you know, I've got other things. Obviously, Boozer TV is not for kids. It's about drinking. And Roo's Poops has always just kind of been my like video dump, where I did some old shows back on the day when I was more active with it. But now more or less it's just kind of like, hey, I've got something that doesn't fit the realm of video games or fit the realm of booze. I'm just gonna throw it out. It's like my personal YouTube. I'm not worried about those two channels. I am worried about RoosterRetro though a little bit, just because the content is the way it has been put forth. It does have stuff that appeals to kids. I mean, it's Super Mario Brothers. My kid could point out Mario when she was like 6 years old over most other cartoon characters. And so I understand that. I do understand that, but I digress. Let me go back through the rest. There's only a few more of these. Whether the video includes songs, stories, or poems for children. No, we don't do that here on this channel. And any other information you may like empirical evidence, blah, blah, blah. So they go on about some other stuff, and then they go on to say, how old is a kid? Now, the age of a kid in the United States is defined as anyone under the age of 13. Now, that may be higher in other countries, blah, 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 but here in America, okay, so it's 13. So this is a situation that I want to talk about, that I want to address directly to the FTC and to YouTube. Parenting, that's my responsibility. That is not yours. That is not your decision to make what my kid can and cannot watch on YouTube. If I let my kid watch my RoosterRetro videos, that is my choice. And if she's logged in through my account, then what harm has befouled you at all? Because now you're just targeting the ads to me anyway, even though I'm letting my 12-year-old child at the time watch YouTube. That is my prerogative to do so, not anybody else's to tell me. YouTube, what you have done is you fucked up and you were collecting data from your users that were underage. That is on you, and you paid the fine for that. Putting that on me as a creator or as a parent to my child, telling me what's okay for my kid to watch, is absolute nonsense. You have an app called YouTube Kids. You have a fucking app. Why aren't you utilizing that more? Instead, you decide to penalize the YouTube creator community as a whole by making us adhere to these absolute nonsensical rules, not for kids or made for kids. Who the fuck in their right mind wants to mark their video for kids in this point? Because you have destroyed the revenue from that for these creators that need the revenue to make these channels happen. You have destroyed that. Okay, and then on the other side of that, okay, so my videos aren't for kids. Well, now the FTC is coming for that ass because they're going to fine you $42,000. 42, yeah, something like that. A lot of money. And I'm sure they're going to start with some of the bigger guys first. I imagine it's going to go towards more or less some of those Paul Logan kind of things I've heard being made mention of. But I know gaming is going to get hit. It's gonna happen, and this just needs to change. My final part to this video in closing that I wanted to leave everyone with is, you know, I know I've been angry about this, and I'm pissed off. I'm extremely pissed off about it. I'm worried for my channel. I'm worried for Let's Players in general. Specifically, I'm worried for the Let's Play community. I think that that the broad appeal of games is for everyone, not just kids. And it's obvious that there's retro game content to me is also a thing. You know, like I said, they want to argue the fact that these retro games are for kids. Well, these games are 30 fucking years old now. Who are they appealing to? Me. They appeal to me. So I wanted to leave you guys with solutions. What are the solutions that that YouTube could take, in my opinion, that I think that they could go for? Well, again, they have the YouTube Kids app, so maybe utilize that more. If you have creators that want to make specific content for kids, they should not be penalized for this. Okay, I understand that taking away the comment section, because you have trolls and you have people that you can't control can go in there and drop fuck bombs and whatever they want to say in there. That I understand that. I get that. I do. But to remove all the other functionality, like live streaming, I think it might even be one of them for that channel. Or honestly, whether you can even keep the comments, you need to restore your filters. You need to update your YouTube Kids app and make that something viable for creators who want to make content for kids. Make that something that they can actually use and monetize. Maybe work with your own advertisers, you know, work with your own people there. And because the content creators here, we don't have that information. We don't know who you're trying to target with our videos. So if I have a Boozer TV channel and I guess you want to run some Miller Lite ads on there, go the fuck ahead. I'm not monetizing that channel either. But if you want to copyright claim it and do some garbage like that and then run some shit on the side, the fuck ever. That is on you. That is not me. That is not my... This is just not what I'm gonna do. I don't care. I don't care. Another solution that I thought of was, how about a rating system? Now, like I said before, I put a little thing up there in my banner to show that my channel, what it has, what the age recommended group is for, if that's what they want to see. So if the FTC is fucking browsing my shit, obviously my stuff is geared towards people like me, you know. Man-childs who can't leave nostalgia behind, who love retro games, game collectors, who love this as a hobby, as a calling, or just genuinely love games. There's plenty of adults out there who do that. It's not uncommon anymore. Like, back in the day, I used to be made fun of and called a nerd and called a dork and shit because I love video games, but now, I mean, it's totally fucking different. All the games that I used to get made fun of for playing are now extremely popular in some circles, so... whatever. I just think that that all this has gone too far, and there hasn't been enough of a discussion about this within YouTube themselves. They've just decided to jump the gun and make these changes that could very well flatten your entire platform. YouTube, you're going to lose so many creators. Like I said, I'm going to go on hiatus for a little while. I'm not going to be updating videos for a little bit. I am going to be working on them on the side. I'm still going to be continuing through Earthbound on my own time, and I'll do some I'll record the commentaries and I'll start getting it ready. But I'm going to wait, and I'm going to see what's going to happen when this bomb drops in January 2020, and we'll see what happens with you, YouTube. So for all you creators out there and viewers who think that this is just completely asinine and this needs to be changed, there are ways that we can at least have our voice heard. So down in the description below, I will have links to the petition that's going around online. I think it's actually, at this time of the video, it's almost at 500,000. What you call it? Sign people that signed it. So that's pretty good. And you can also, the FTC is leaving open comments about this a discussion. So also down below in the comments, I encourage you to go on that specifically to the FTC website and leave a very well thought out message about it. Like I said, some of the talking points that you can use are that this is just nonsensical, I think. This is going to hurt creators, and this is gonna hurt the platform as a whole, because I don't know who the FCC is actually targeting here to get their 40,000 ducats for per video, mind you. If they want to try to come after me for it, I don't have fucking shit. So you can milk this dry until it's dead, but you will get nothing. You will get nothing out of me, that's for sure, because I have nothing to give you. I have absolutely nothing to give you. I'm not marketed. I'm not advertised. I don't have AdSense turned on. So maybe they're not targeting me, but I did want to make this as just a precautionary tale in case something does go completely fucking bonkers with this when it rolls out in January, and to make it known to all the other, you know, gaming type channels, specifically like this. I am worried, like I said, for the retro community. I think that We are in danger right now. So if you could please do your part and sign the petition and make a very well thought out, concisive thought to the FTC while open comments are still active. I think that's going on through December. I don't know really what all the cutoff dates are, but there's plenty of videos out there right now that you can go and watch and go and see that. So thank you for listening to the long tirade. I appreciate it. Like I said, it's the first time I've done one of these, especially on a channel that has to do with, Legend of Zelda and shit. It makes no sense that I should have to do this, but I wanted to make sure that everyone was aware of what was going on in the channel, why there haven't been any more new videos coming up and all that. But yeah, that's where we are. So thank you very much for watching the Rooster Retro Show. My name is Roo, and we will see you on the next episode. See you later.